Hello, everyone. I'm Pamela Coons at the Wellness Radio TV. We are here at the Samuel P. Harn Art Museum on the University of Florida campus in Gainesville, Florida. This is the opening weekend for the art exhibit of Jacob Lawrence. Jacob Lawrence was one of the most influential African American artists of the 20th century. His historical portrayal of some of the most thought-provoking events that happened in his lifetime as well as in the past are portrayed in a series of his paintings that are on exhibit here at the Harn Museum. Let's take a look at some of the sights and sounds of this exciting opening of the Jacob Lawrence exhibit at the Harn Museum in Gainesville, Florida.
This was done in 1968 when he revived his interest in Tubman and did a whole new series of paintings, but then later in 68, those paintings became illustrations for a book. So here's the book here called Harriet and the Promised Land, and I have it open to the same page, and it has this very delightful caption which you can read.
Tell us about the significance of Jacob Lawrence in the early days of his art. He died in 2000. But talk about the significance of Jacob Lawrence.
Jacob Lawrence was a leading American artist. He was a modernist. His work was characterized as being very much focused on narratives of African American history and looking very closely at African American life, rooted in his beloved Harlem, where he grew up as a boy and stayed throughout much of his life. He was a professor of art in Seattle for many years, but he was always a prolific artist and always a very inspiring artist in many ways, but always very much rooted in the Harlem Renaissance experience.
And you call his work the narratives because he wouldn't just paint one picture on many occasions. He would paint a series of pictures about a particular, with a particular focus. For an example, John Brown.
Exactly. He was very interested in looking at these heroic figures, these courageous and daring people that he'd heard about on street corners, from family, from friends, all his life. And he delved into this person's life, whoever it was, John Brown, Harriet Tubman, Toussaint Louverture.
I am Toussaint Louverture, Black Prince of Santo Domingo's fight for freedom, conqueror of Napoleon's Grand Army at Verdun in 1803, broad-shouldered horseman whose soul will no longer be rent from him by madmen. The very marrow of my life is vouchsafed only in a land where I can loudly and proudly speak of being freely black. Death is much more preferable than silence.
Wow. You looked at his work.
Yeah.
And those are the words that came to you.
It came out of me, yeah.
So this whole work, that's an incredible piece that you wrote, but the whole work, Jacob Lawrence collection, when you walk through this exhibit,
it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm just struck by the devotion. And I have a letter part that I speak to in which he indicates that he's duty bound to put on canvas the pain of African Americans, people of color, and he said, "I'm duty bound to do this. I can't do anything else but this." And to me, it's refreshing. It's powerful. Those who will pick this up, you need to come out and see an unbelievably gifted artist.
Jacob Lawrence, the exhibit at the Harn Museum, duty bound.
Duty bound. I'm duty bound to do this, is what he said. I can't do anything else but this, And so one can see it in these paintings.
And thank you for your duty to put on words what inspired you as you have walked through this exhibit, and you wrote other poems to commemorate some of the other collections or series of paintings that Jacob Lawrence has done.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Mr. Herb. I really appreciate you taking a minute to talk to us.
Thank you. appreciate
Look forward
it.
to hearing more from you.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm Pamela Coons at the Jacob Lawrence exhibit here at the Harn Museum in Gainesville, Florida. I do hope you can come out and enjoy this wonderful account of history through art. I'm Pamela Coons at the Wellness Radio TV. Remember, there is healing at the well.